Well, good morning. It is, what's today? It's Saturday. It's about 4:30 in the morning. We're getting ready to head out, get in position. We're not going to call it insanity yet, but we're heading back to the same spot to repeat. Gonna see if the elk come off the meadow our direction this time instead of the other direction. We didn't see any elk come down to the meadow ourselves. Nick saw some, but it doesn't mean they didn't come in a little bit later. It was a hot day yesterday, 94 degrees. So what's today? It's elk killing day. We're gonna give it our best shot. We just got word 4 bulls popped out in the meadow from the area we were just at, but a little bit further south. A lot further south. So now we're stuck right in the middle because John and I were working our way to the upper end of the meadow. But we haven't been able to get glass on those bulls yet because I don't think we're high enough. It's fun, but don't know what to do. Let's just go back on that there. We're already halfway.
Quarter mile.
Yeah, I would just, as soon as you get past that road, I'd just get off, on the east side of the road about 75 yards and start slipping along there and just stay right on the inside of the trees. Part of that meadow that's shaded still. There's 11 bulls there now, and they're all just standing there.
Okay, we're almost in position to where they crossed the other day.
Perfect. 2 of the bigger bulls are laying down, and they lay down way in the big grass way early, so I'm not 100% sure if you've been there or not, but at least you'll be in position if you. There was a big bull on the west side of the meadow, up in the, he was better than the sagebrush. He got up and just slid behind the trees. He looked big, but I don't know if he's either one of the 2 bulls I've already seen, but I don't think he is.
10-4.
Acting like they might go right between the 2 humps that are in the private, you just might have to go south about 150 yards.
Right there. 10-4. Chasing them. He said they're all climbing over the top. Down across right here, down in front of you. You might have to slide that way just a little bit.
Well, we got down here by the meadow, the other meadow, and another hunter stepped in and kind of split the bunch of elk. One bunch went one direction, the other smaller bulls came our way. So we just set up, got some video footage, but nothing that we wanted to take a shot at. So they crossed probably about 50 yards ahead of us. We watched them go over the hill. Might be a bull or two still out in the unit or out in the meadow, but they're not very big. Saturday morning, beautiful day. College football starts next week. We're gonna regroup. Preston's gonna meet up with us. We'll go get Nick. Nick drove the truck back around for us, so we'll regroup, go back up to camp, and then we saw some more elk in the far end of the other meadow out by the desert, so we're gonna head that way. Go see if we can spot them out there, just feeding. Might be hard to get in close to them, but we'll do what we can. Anyway, it's always fun being out here, out in the elk woods. It's so fun, so worth it. Even if you don't get a shot, it's worth being out here. Crisp morning, so we'll give it a shot. We're gonna try to put one down today. Well, we went back to camp today and just grabbed some waters and jumped in with Preston and headed over to one of the other areas that it's another ranch not far from the one we're camped at. Sounds like talking to the ranch manager, it's possible the bull that we're going after, he saw it last night in his meadows, so we're hoping that while we're out glassing, looking, hoping to figure out what the pattern is for this thing. Who knows? He's traveling with two other bulls. They could just be making a big circle. They may be back over in our meadow tonight, or they may still be over here for another day or two. All right, John. This is our third day here in Nevada. We overcame all our tire problems. We got here. We've been seeing bulls. Is Nevada everything that it was cut out to be, or that you thought it would be?
So far, yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, the first day we've seen really, really big bull, and we've seen a lot of bulls. Trying to get back on the big bull again. We've lost him for a few days, but having a great time. If I could change anything, I wish the weather would cool off just a little bit. It's in the 90s during the daytime, and it's hard to take a nap or anything like that. The horse flies will drive you crazy. But besides that, it's been great.
So how about this evening? How'd that go?
We hunted near our meadow. The meadow is private. We were hunting the BLM around the meadow. There was a couple of big bulls that ended up down in the meadow before we could get down to that end, so we sit there and watch them. Had some other elk above us that came down after we had already went past them, and evidently we had a guy spotting on a hill for us, and there was a big bull above us. We kind of got crossways with our directions, so we went past him, and the big bull ended up never coming down because a young bull spooked and ran back up there and scared him off. But we sounds like we need to get a look at him. I think he said he thinks he's a 6x7, pretty good size. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the evening.
Do we have a plan for tomorrow? Day 4?
Kind of same thing. Go back to the meadow that we saw the big bull. We got a spotter up on the hill looking at the other meadow in case something shows up there, and then we're gonna come back and check the second meadow and see if we can put a bull to bed there. And play it by ear. Try to be mobile.
Sounds good. It's bedtime.
Now we got to get to bed.
Yep.
So we can get up early.
All right. Good night. Good morning. It is day 4 of this hunt in Nevada. Archery elk hunt. I love hunting, so much so that I'm willing to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go out and sit on the side of the hill and glass elk in a meadow just to see what's out there. Every day is different. In the elk woods, you never know what you're going to get until you get out there, and so even though the alarm goes off and you're super tired, it's worth it once you get up. John made some coffee for us this morning, and so we're ready to divide and conquer. We left the meadow last night. Several elk there. We know there's elk in all these meadows and all these ranches. Just a matter of trying to find the right elk. We've got one we've nicknamed Casper. And it was because he had super white horns. He had just rubbed them off.
But now it's because he's a ghost.
We're going to call him Casper because we just can't seem to find him. He disappeared.
Looks like the pattern's going to work pretty good out here.
What is it?
For love of hunting.
You love hunting?
No, I love hunting, but the name of this camo is for love of hunting. But I think this pattern's going to blend in pretty well out here.
Yeah,
it's pretty dry.
What's exactly
dry grass,
like the area
a lot of sagebrush.
Hunting in.
Kind of excited about it.
Got a lot of that sagebrush look and the brown grass or yellowish grass.
Yep. Alright, I got my stuff. I think we're ready.
It's going to be 88 degrees today, so hopefully that is lightweight gear.
Yeah, it feels like it. Like it's going to work really good for this hot condition. Let's go find old Casper.
Cheers.
Death Wish coffee. It's like 3 coffees in one.
Tried some stuff on at their store.
They have a pretty nice store.
Yeah.
It's a freestanding store, brick and mortar.
Yeah. They got a ton of stuff in there. All right, day 4 afternoon. We're just checking out a new area, an area that Preston's been, but John and I haven't.
Yep, new to us.
Kind of excited.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be a bull in here this morning with like 20 cows, bugling like crazy on fire, so we'll see what this evening does.
Go over to that pond and see if it's got water real quick. Maybe nothing will come.
Yeah, let's go check it.
We're just checking out some springs that all seem to be dried up. As you can see, this is dry. This is the 3rd or 4th one that we've come to look at that is completely dry. So that means the elk are going to get their water down near the meadow. Give us a clue as to where they're going to be this evening and how far off the meadow they would get. Well, it's about 5:30 and we're found a place to stop. Elk tracks galore in this area. Kind of a little bit of a saddle in between top of the mountain and the meadow. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the results to change, and they don't. So to prove we're not insane, we decided to go check out a new area. It's always fun to hit a new area that you haven't hunted yet, so we're doing that this evening. It's about 5:30. We're gonna go find a place to sit and just listen and see what pops up.
It sounds like the same area that we were ambushing them. Probably they're all going to bed and stuff, and he's just seen them moving around. He's trying to describe where he sees a bigger bull. I think it's on the south end of the other meadow.
Where we left them.
Yeah, yesterday. I don't know, it might be worth heading out, but it seems like there's more elk over there in that area anyway.
Let's head over.
Go ahead. How about you? Needs to be washed out. Too much dust in it.
Something to expect, right?
Of course. So it does the exact opposite of what you want.
But we're banking on them going down.
Yeah.
Maybe we go down to about the last place I seen that bull and wait, and
And
our
sit
wind
there.
will be good that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We're not going to beat the wind with as many elk as there should be in here.
We're fixing to head down right now.
We can hang out for a minute, it don't matter. Might hang out and see just in case we're already front of something, you know. I gotta think it's gonna be like 6:30 before stuff fires off. About what time stuff was moving around last night.
Anything to add, John?
No, I want to go scout some more country midday, look at a different area, trying to get ready for next week, you know, when the rut starts ramping up. That way we don't booger up the areas that we have been hunting. So, I wish we could have put a bull to bed if we'd have seen a good one to go after in the meadow and followed him up to put him to bed, but today we didn't see anything in the meadow.
Midday, day 4, and like I said earlier, we're kind of getting the things figured out. We're just gonna go find another area and see what that looks like.
And they're coming. We'll have to try to intercept them before they hit the truck if they're gonna go down the road. Unless maybe the truck will push them this way, you know.
Yeah, it might. Big bull, when he turned away like that, he looked like he was heavy.
Yeah.
Big. I never saw him go behind that tree, or leave the tree.
I saw him go behind it. I never seen him come out. I'm wondering if maybe when we put those two big trees between us, he did this.
He might have.
I think he took off to the left.
Yeah. And that might be him that was growling up the.
Because I was watching to the right the whole time. I didn't see him.
I heard one growl, like when we first got right in, that bull was standing there. I heard something growl around the
Yeah,
corner.
because that's the thing. That bull that was out there, I never saw him over here.
No, and I thought I saw a bull way down there by that other tree. And that yellow, I thought, when I first pulled up, and I was looking at that, and I went, there's a bull, and then I looked down, and this one stepped out, and I was like, I mean, this bull was big.
Yeah, he was.
All right, so we are back at camp and had a great time down there. John got an arrow knocked.
Yeah, first time this trip.
It's nice. We got down into place, sitting down, chatting, and heard a bugle off in the distance. I don't know, how far away would you say that was?
I think they were on top of the ridge, probably 350 yards. But by the time we made it to the ridge, they'd gotten off the other side and were going away from us. And it took probably, I don't know,
It was about
following them for a good 30 minutes.
at least a half an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, and they pulled up around the edge of a big flat, a big wide open flat that they were staging at right at dark to go across. And we made it there. If we'd have made it there maybe a minute earlier,
Yeah.
we would have caught that bigger bull right on the edge.
We could hear two.
We got a
bulls
glimpse of him. He looked
bugling.
pretty
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
But I'd like to have gotten a better look.
Saw a couple cows come down into the meadow. The bulls were just behind the cows.
Yeah. And then one of the cows must have seen us move or something, and she kind of spooked. She was already out there in the sagebrush, and she spooked, and then got everybody all upset.
Excited.
Yeah, so they got away.
Morning, John.
Good morning.
You know what time it is?
It's bull killing time.
That's right.
What time zone are we in?
BKT.
Bull killing time zone.
Morning, Preston.
Morning. Morning.
All right, we're in position. Just gonna play the waiting game. It's about almost 6 a.m. 37 degrees. Got the thermals blowing our scent down, so we gotta be very careful. Just gonna wait it out and see if we start hearing something. Probably another 35, 40 minutes.
They were gonna go that way. I thought at one time I heard one bull bugle. Yeah, you're right.
Well, we parked in the perfect spot. Elk came up probably 300 yards from us, but bulls were moving fast. Bulls and cows. They moved right by us in about 2 minutes. We weren't able to get a good look at the one down in the meadow, the last one. I think the one that we got some video of the bigger bull that came by us, but he wasn't a shooter. So now we're just gonna go see if we can hit where they're bedded, stir the pot a little bit. We got the thermals going the wrong way for us, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. We're gonna have to play the wind.
Oh no, I
You don't eat 10 pouches. It's not normal to eat 10 pouches of
You know how much
coffee.
caffeine I get in a day?
It's a good thing these elk aren't fired up till noon. You'd be around here. You look like a chipmunk going through here. Chirp, chirp. Bench and just wrap that on, you know.
Yeah.
Could've-
And then once they got to the other side, then they kind of veered off and went.
I don't know.
And I wonder how far back that they're actually bedding. That's the key. They could be way the hell back there, huh?
Yeah, like on the line. And that's why I say it might make sense that there's
Some
bulls
of them
coming
could be
both
going the other
ways.
way. Yeah, let's go check it out.
Just driving around, bugling, drive, bugle, drive, bugle. Trying to get something to stir up.
Get out of the wind.
Yeah. Hey, day 5 here, lunchtime. We came back after a cool interaction this morning with a bull, big bull, but not big enough for John to shoot, and we didn't quite have a shooting lane anyway, so we scouted around a little bit more, went and looked at some cool rock formations and some areas we hadn't seen yet in this unit. Came back, ate some lunch, got the Ranger out and organized camp a little bit. Here's our camp. Looks like a teenager's room. Anyway, we're gonna head out here shortly. We got one more evening with Preston, so we're gonna go back into an area where he has access to cut across private to get to public that we're excited to check out. Same place we were at last night. We're gonna go back in there, try a different section of that area, or a different area in that section, and see what we can do. So hopefully we'll leave here in about an hour. It's 3 o'clock now, and we'll head in there, get set up, and hopefully we'll be ready for the elk as they decide to make their migration down to their nightly migration down to the meadow. Down here for our evening hunt. Looking forward to seeing what pops out. See if we can get a bull. It's our last evening with Preston, so we're gonna see if we can make it happen.
Yeah.
You make me nervous.
Always looking at you. Gotta pretend like he's not there.
It's hard. I can see you.
That's why he's in camo.
Hey, you need this kind of camo.
Morning, John.
My hair all crazy?
Oh no, your hair looks great.
Good morning.
Day 6. We're gonna kill a bull this morning.
No, we gotta just find some bulls first. We can't just get all crazy.
Can't just go kill them. We have to go find them.
Yeah, we don't want to shoot the wrong bull. Right?
There's a lot of good bulls in this unit.
When you're trying to find a big bull, you gotta pass up small bulls. Which, in the heat of the moment, chasing a herd can get
Crazy.
kind of intense.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Yep. Now, I've never had a tag this good, so I don't. And we're still early in the hunt, so I don't want to mess up and get trigger happy. Shoot one just because he's running by.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last week might be a different story.
Yeah,
See what
things
the morning
change
brings.
as the hunt goes on, but hopefully I hear a bugle this morning. That's my goal.
Yeah. Well,
See an elk, see a big
hopefully
elk.
see a big non-typical elk would be my goal this morning.
Yeah. Would you get trigger happy if you see that non-typical?
Of course. For sure. I just hope I can keep it together if I do get a shot. So things tend to develop so fast that if you don't have your rangefinder in your hand and get a good range and don't range something past him or before him, in the heat of the moment, and then you make a bad shot. Try to keep it together.
That's why we train.
That's why I need all this coffee.
That's why you practice. Over and over and over. What kind of coffee are you drinking?
I'm a Starbucks Via.
Ah,
Just double up on the dosage. Make it strong. Strong like bull.
awesome morning of just watching bulls. Tons of bulls in the meadow. I don't know, probably 8 or 9. Saw bull number 2. John's number 2 bull. He has his eye on. Got great spotting scope footage. Basically watched him climb out of the meadow up onto the hill, and he's bugled a few times, so he hasn't gone that far. We're gonna try to pick up here, get back to camp, regroup, mess around a little bit, and then put a plan together to go see if we can get closer to him this afternoon. This morning it's all about just figuring out where the elk are at, where they go bed, and then see if we can make a play. It's a game of strategy, trying to figure out where to go. Hopefully they'll be more vocal. Maybe they'll sound off this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, we get it. Sitting over a meadow this morning. We've been kind of watching off and on. I think there was probably about 12 different bulls out there in the meadow, ranging from 3 years old on up to, who knows, 7 or 8. And the biggest bull was the first one to leave the meadow, and he went up on top of the hill. And I got footage of him through my spotting scope, and it looks like it is the number 2 bull that we've been looking for. We have an idea where he's bedded, so we're gonna go try to make a little play, try to get him within about 100 yards and cow call, and see if he doesn't respond. I don't want to blow him out of there. If we don't get any kind of response, we'll back out and play it this evening. But that's where we're headed right now. Well, you want to carry it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang it on my back. Did you go all the way down there?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, good.
Well, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We've just been hanging out. On our way in, we bumped a branch bull. Weren't sure how far he was going to go. Didn't want to keep pushing him. Wasn't a shooter, but we didn't want him to push the bull that we're actually going after, so we stopped, took a nap, and got woken up by the rain. It started raining on us. It's hot here. It cooled down a little bit with the cloud cover. We didn't expect the rain, so none of us brought our rain gear. That's fine. If it pours on us, we'll be okay, because it'll just cool us down.